Hey guys, it's B. Welcome to my channel. Before I get into this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and basically this is the first, you can say, video in the paranormal experience series that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Now this is all, you can say, stuff that's been happening since July. So all these paranormal experiences have been happening since July last year, and things from there have started to get stronger and stronger, and basically my house is haunted, and I'm pretty sure it's by something that's not very positive energy. But anyway, to get straight into the video, this is about how my cousin was possessed in my sister's bedroom. Anyway, make sure you are comfortable, because the video might be long, I don't know. Make sure you're comfortable, have something to drink, and let's get straight into this video. So, to set the mood, winter. It was winter. And it was very stormy outside, thundering, lightning, all that sort of stuff. But for some reason, it was very eerie. I can't explain how, like an eerie sort of vibe, you just feel like uneasy, basically. That's basically what I'm saying. It's uneasy. You just wake up that morning and it's uneasy. Anyway, so that morning my sister and I didn't have work. My aunt was on holidays and my parents weren't working that day either. So my sister and I were hanging out with my aunt, and my cousin was not well. So my cousin's name is Jesse. He is 5 years older than me. We grew up together. We were the little troublemakers of the family, and yeah, so we do believe in all this paranormal stuff, and things have happened to us separately. So when this whole thing went down, we were the only two who basically believed it when we were trying to convince my parents that something was happening. So that day, my cousin was unwell, so my sister was with my parents, and they were trying to convince my cousin to go to the hospital because he was refusing to go. So in the meantime, my aunt and I were down at the shops, and we came back and my sister was still at my aunt's house, and we decided to have a little movie day just to get my aunt stress-free because she wasn't in a good mindset that day. And my parents took my cousin to the hospital because they didn't want us to come because just too many people were there. And so they stayed there with my cousin. It was around 6 p.m. at night, and so we decided to have some dinner before we went to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, it was about, say, 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was pretty dead around there. There wasn't many people, and it was just us. My sister's boyfriend came along, and we were all just sitting waiting in the waiting room. We were waiting for hours, and around, I think it would have been about 10:30, my cousin was discharged from the hospital that night, and he wasn't really in a good way. He was a bit sedated. They gave him a sleeping tablet. He was basically like there but not there. Like, he was just basically really out of it. Wasn't in a good way. And he didn't want to go home that night because my aunt had work the next day and he would have been alone at home. Whereas if he came to our house, you know, he's got people around him, my parents would be home. Unfortunately, I had work the next day. Anyway, so we came home and I had to go to bed because I had work, and I don't sleep well because I have insomnia. So I'm awake at night when things happen. So basically I was trying to get to sleep. At the time I was not taking any sleeping meds. I hate that stuff. And I didn't want to go to sleep. I didn't want to go to work the next day, but I had to. So I was reading, and now I usually read before I go to bed, and when I do read, I zone out on the world. I zone out. I go into a different world, basically. And my cousin, my mum and dad, like, got him comfortable, like, put him in my sister's room. My sister wasn't staying at our house for the night. She was at her boyfriend's house, which she had been doing for a long time because obviously she knew something was up in her room. Just a quick side note, if you don't know about my sister's bedroom being haunted, there's a few videos I've got on it, so just have a look there as well so you know what's happening. Anyway, getting back to the point, my cousin was in the room, and he was basically, he was sleeping, but he wasn't, like, it just wasn't, you know. And I was in my room and I completely forgot he was there because I was used to having no one in the room next to me. My dogs were in the living room with my parents because they were still up watching TV, and suddenly, out of nowhere, I was cut out from reading, and I heard this noise going, ah, 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 like this, and I was like, what the hell? And there's like these demonic giggles, and my heart sank. I just got this whole dread just through my body, and I just could not move. I was like, what is that? And then after that happened, it sort of came to me that, oh, my cousin Jesse's in the room next door, he's probably not feeling well. And then I thought, nah, he's possessed. Now I wasn't gonna just like get out of my bed and just, you know, just open my door and just have a look and be like, oh yeah, he's possessed and that's fine, yeah. So basically my sister has a 4-poster bed and it's pretty old. I messaged my mum. I said, Mum, Jesse's possessed. And my mum just came to the room and she was like, sweetie, he's not possessed, he's just not well, you know, just I'll go check up on him. So I was like, okay, he's possessed. Anyway, the whole nonsense with him stopped because he refused to sleep in that room that night. He said he would rather go home or sleep elsewhere, so my mum set his bed up in the lounge room and he slept there for the night, but he refused to go back into that room. And in the morning when I woke up, getting ready for work, so the next morning I woke up, I was getting ready for work, everyone else was awake, and my cousin turns around to me and he says, you know I was possessed last night. And I was like, yeah, no, just like as a joke, but he said, no, really. And he was trying to convince my mum and dad of what actually happened. So basically, I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 demons. Yeah, demons. So there was one that was swinging from the pole of my sister's bed at the end of the bed, that was just swinging up and like around, and it was laughing him, basically tormenting him, but it wasn't moving its mouth. It was just like telepathically, if that's what you would say. I don't actually know what the demon looked like. I can't explain what it was. I can't explain, and I don't want to know what it looked like. And then there was another one on top of his chest and he couldn't breathe properly. That's why when he was trying to scream, he sounded like he was like in a weird way laughing, and they were basically like torturing him, and I would never want to experience that. And so since that day, he's never wanted to sleep in that room. When he had slept over after then, it was in the living room that he would sleep, or we would both just stay up all night because insomniacs. Yeah, so we would stay up all night and just talk, and there is something in this house. So before then, I've obviously had paranormal experiences. So before then, I have had paranormal experiences, but it's never been as strong as what it was now. So since that night, it's basically been like a domino effect of it feels like it's been unleashed in the house. It's a bit scary to think, but it's really weird to say this. I feel like I've gotten used to it, to the point where I'm just like, that's the ghost. But I don't know if it is a ghost or something much more negative, or if it's not negative at all and I'm just scared. So yeah, there is something going on in this house. So there is something going on in this house, and most of it stems from my sister's bedroom and also in the living room areas. I have wanted to contact it through my sister's room, but I thought better not, just in case it's something terrible and something bad happens. But also on the other side, I don't feel scared like I should do. But yeah, I will be making more videos of what has been happening, because there's a lot of stuff that has been happening and I don't want to give too much information away from here, but some of it's bad and some of it's good, so I don't know what to think of this whole ghost situation. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if anything like this has happened to you before, which I hope it hasn't. Make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video of more paranormal experiences. And yeah, never sleeping again. Bye.